Hi Internet, I'm Jason from victoryoverall.co.uk and this is my 85 Mark III Ford Capri. First things first, this is not a tutorial. I don't know what I'm doing. Never really have done. Just kind of learn on the job. So don't do as I do or do as I say. Yeah, these videos are pretty much going to be just a bit of a video diary, kind of for myself and anyone else really. Just to keep track of progress on the car, give myself some motivation to actually carry on with it. It's one thing I really struggle with sometimes, it's motivation when you don't really know what you're doing and you kind of keep coming across tricky jobs, you don't know how to do it, don't have the money to pay somebody else to do the work. I prefer to do stuff myself anyway. So I'm shooting this in stupid selfie mode to try and see what I'm doing. So as I said, the car is a 85 Capri, something I'd always wanted to get myself. I'd spent absolutely years just looking at old cars. Ended up being a lurker on the Retro Rides forum. It's an awesome forum for, well, retro rides. So I spent ages just lurking on there, didn't actually own a retro car, always just some modern rubbish stuff. Eventually in 2011 managed to pick this up. Looked nothing like this when I got it. Had a big ass body kit, really retro body kit. 4-spoke laser wheels, the original kind of Ford Capri laser wheels. Since replaced those, since taking the body kit off, rather than a perfect original car because I'd feel too guilty cutting up an original Ford Capri. I wanted something that had modifications and stuff done to it so that I didn't feel so bad just taking it and doing what I wanted with it. My original intention with the car was to customize it to how I wanted, and I bought something that I thought was kind of mechanically sound because I had no mechanical knowledge at all. I'd never worked on a car in depth, done kind of basic stuff, swapping wheels, brake pads, you know, usual kind of maintenance stuff, but never actually got to work on a car in depth at all. But I come from a family full of mechanics, so there's plenty of people to help. Uncles, my dad, granddad. Not only that, I hate getting other people to do my stuff, and I love learning new things, so it was a great opportunity to kind of start learning on the job, figure out what I needed to do to get the jobs done on the car. So yeah, what I thought I bought was mechanically sound. Clearly wasn't, obviously it's an old car, there's going to be stuff wrong with it. Minor interruption, old geezer just walked past, wanted to know about the car and decided to just tell me his life story. Yeah, that happens quite a lot. Sorry, I'm terrible at this vlogging thing. Just want to go over some stuff that I've actually done to the car since I've had it. I started off with exterior stuff, painted it. The front wings were kind of built from various bits of fiberglass filler, aluminium mesh and stuff. So these are now fiberglass, as is the front. Made that split. I'm going to remake it because the mounting on it is pretty rubbish and it's being cracked and hit a few things. Took off the big chunky Mark III bumper and fitted two Mark II Escort quarter bumpers. So yeah, I never wanted to kind of delve into the mechanics of it. I was just hoping to maintain it as it was, but kind of got carried away. That cylinder head I replaced, found an old one, kind of renovated it, built it up. Has a high torque Newman camshaft. That thing's kind of got a lower power band rather than a high revving kind of screaming type camshaft. I wanted to keep it drivable. Obviously Those aren't original. Those are from a YZF 600 Yamaha Thundercat. I'll probably go over those another time, a little more in depth, just to talk about the whole kind of bike cab swap and how I made the manifold. I kind of made the manifold a little bit differently to how most people do. Some AccuSpark bits there and there. Inside there is the AccuSpark little points replacement gizmo. 421 manifold. Replace the radiator. There's my old one. There's a mess. Bigger battery. You may see some colourful wiring over there, which goes to an AFR gauge. Talk about that in a bit. Silly things like, yeah, I've had to replace the motor on the washer bottle. I replaced headlights with some H4 units as well, because the originals are like driving by candlelight. Made my own grill out of some plastic ABS stuff. You can find it on eBay. Wheels are RMD wheels from Rally Design, 15x8 with a low offset. I think it was like -12 or something. I'm sure it's -12. Yeah, pretty cool. I like that kind of style wheel. Little side exit exhaust. That was a stainless system all the way up to the 4 branch. That was one of the only things I haven't done myself on the car. Not too noisy, but makes the right sounds when you really put your foot down. Interior is from 2.8, I believe. That was there when I got the car. Some nice Recaros. Need a little bit of stitching here and there. So yeah, the interior's pretty good. So I've got an AM AFR gauge in here as well. Don't know if you can just about see. I don't really like having too much electronic gizmos, gadgets and stuff attached to the car. Wiring and stuff and electronics is like black magic to me. That was great for kind of tuning the carbs on the road. Yeah, I'm probably going to go over that again sometime. So the interior in the rear has been stripped out because... oh my god, there's a hole in my car. Yeah, so there's a hole in my car. So that brings me to where I am now. Yeah, basically there's supposed to be stuff here. Nothing there. I cut a whole bunch of stuff out. There was a tiny bit of rust just at the end of the sill over here. And I was working on it with my dad, and he was happy to just kind of plate over it. Just literally, he wanted to put like a flat plate over the end where we'd cut out a hole where rust was on the outer skin. I wanted to do the job properly. Obviously the inner kind of skin was rusty, the outer kind of body, the outer sill, parts of the inner sill. So yeah, I've kind of welded up some patches in here already to kind of build this up. I've got a few replacement panels that I've cut some bits off, so luckily I don't have to kind of form any tricky shapes. Similar story back here. I was kind of lucky here really, because this whole bottom section, lower corner here, was kind of rusting through on the outside, and most that I've seen on various forums and stuff have rotted through on the inside first, because Ford filled this full of friggin' sponge, and it literally collects water and just, yeah, rots through. So yeah, so this kind of edge here, which is supposed to be a little kind of bit where the two skins join, that's all rotted through. Luckily I've got some replacement bits for there. That's kind of like a straight up piece to weld on. The arch itself isn't in too good condition, but that's a good thing, because I would have felt guilty cutting up healthy arches. So I got these stuff from good old Ranger Bob on the Retro Rides forum, also known as Rob Simpson. I think you can search for like Rob Simpson Design. Makes cool fiberglass parts. Those were his original arches that he started off with, his style ones as we call them. I've got a pair of these, not just one. These are bigger ones that were based off of, I think it's Huxley Motorsport. I think that's what his stuff's called. Huxley has a awesome Celica, drift Celica, and those arches were kind of designed by him. So I've got a pair of those to go on the back because the arches on this were a bit too big. And then the Style 1s from Ranger Bob will be going on the front. So kind of have like a staggered arch look, which I kind of prefer that rather than having the same style arches on front and back. I will be getting rid of the, although I do like it, the sponge. Look at that, sponge. The sponge spoiler. I think what I'll do is, I quite like the old ducktail style, or Rocket Bunny as everyone kind of goes crazy over, you know, the kind of nice big angled flat, not too big, but yeah, I'll probably make one. I like making stuff, and then I like making stuff and then doing it wrong and then making it again a few times. Alright, I'm in the middle of another job, kind of skipping backwards and forwards at the moment. Forgot, whilst doing my little intro bit, inside there you have all your silly drum brake stuff, which is an absolute pain in the ass pain in the bum, sorry children, to change, because of really strong springs and stuff. But just a bit back from that, you've got your bearings which sit on your half shafts. Those are a pain in the ass if you get new old stock, then you're on to a winner. If you have new style ones, which are some sort of weird universal bearings with the same kind of seal on both sides, and it doesn't matter which way they go on your thing, you can flip them around, it doesn't matter, those things will leak, all your diff oil will come out, it'll cover your brakes, it'll drip out, you'll fail your MOT, all sorts of fun stuff. I've had to take those half shafts out so many times. I've actually got another pair of half shafts which I put the new bearings on, just so that I could keep the car on the road whilst I was swapping bearings. Then those failed, so I got some new old stock bearings, spent ages finding them. I had to get either side of the car, bearings for either side from two different places, but they were pretty much the same bearings. Refitted the bearings onto the original half shafts, got a massive slide hammer from Germany and pulled those buggers out, put the new ones in, and apparently there's still a slight diff oil leak, but apparently it's not coming through the bearing, it's coming through a plate at the back there. So that's one thing I've done. Another thing is, yeah, brakes at the front. Rebuilt the brakes at the front. They're bright orange and looking silly as well, just like these. It's a bit stupid. So yeah, that is one of the worst jobs I've done, is trying to deal with the down bearings. I didn't have a press or anything. Yeah, I winged it. Forgot to say too, so, well, I mentioned Retro Rides, but there you go, retro-rides.org. Good guys on there, and one of the coolest car shows every year, Retro Rides Gathering. You should go camping there, drink beers, look at cool old cars. It's fun. So yeah, there it is. It's a complete mess at the moment, but yeah. There's my car. I'll post updates on probably Instagram more often than anything. Just search Victory Overall underscores under each word. I'll post video updates as and when I kind of get around to doing a big enough update, I guess. Why do I keep touching my face? What am I doing? Weird. Actually, yeah, my website, victoryoverall.co.uk. It's not necessarily a car website, it's my actual kind of graphic design website. That's what I do, graphic designer. Actually, one thing I have done is a Photoshop of what I want this thing to kind of end up looking like. So I'll put that up here now. So you'll probably see that I kind of want it lower, wider, kind of a little bit more of an exaggerated spoiler on the front, the whole wide arches, keep these wheels, just yeah, kind of give it a bit of a wider track. generally tidy it up. Maybe some cool lettering around the wheels. But yeah, it's not drastically far away from that. Well, kind of is, but yeah, we'll get there. I'll give a shout out to Anthony, a friend of mine who he was the one who kind of gave me the idea to do the whole video thing. He's got a little cafe racer that he's been building, and he was documenting it. Kind of similar to me, he doesn't have kind of professional experience or anything like that. He's just kind of learnt on the job, I think. That's as far as I know anyway. I'll put a link somewhere, wherever YouTube decides to move things. They're always changing stuff. Yeah, I'll put a link in somewhere. Check his stuff out. He's got a really cool kind of set of videos. And yeah, the bike is pretty cool now. I think he's pretty much got it all together and done now. But yeah, just go do it. So yeah, that's it. First video done. Hopefully there'll be a lot more to come with some worthwhile updates. So see you later, internet. So I was just about to relax and do some other things that I'm actually good at, which is drinking nice Belgian beer and doing some actual design work, which is my real job, not pretending to be a mechanic. I've got a couple of people. First off is Carole. He's a local Retro Rides member. Met him through the forum. He owns an awesome old 70s Celica. He's helped me out a bunch of times. I'll pop a link somewhere to his build thread on Retro Rides because it's a really cool car. It's gone through a lot of transformations, and yeah, if I can make mine look kind of anywhere near his, that would be a pretty good goal. And the second person is my girlfriend Carole. Yeah, no, it sounds cheesy, but no, it's mainly because she's actually encouraged me massively with the car. Yeah, I wouldn't have got half as much stuff done on the car without it, really. Because I just sit here kind of moping about, wondering why it's not working sometimes, and she'll just kind of kick me out of the house and tell me to get in the garage and fix it. I kind of need a kick up the butt sometimes. So yeah, so big thanks to both those. And yeah, my girlfriend does some really cool illustration and like typography and nice design work as well. I'll pop another link. There's going to be loads of links. So yeah, see you in the future.